Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise were once one of Hollywood's most iconic couples. With their incredible talent, undeniable chemistry, and mutual fame, they seemed destined to be together forever. But as we know, their love story had an unexpected and very public ending. Kidman and Cruise divorced in 2001 after more than a decade together, shocking fans worldwide. Yet, as public as their relationship was, the aftermath for Nicole Kidman was intensely private. And for years, she kept her life after Cruise hidden. Recently, though, Kidman has begun to open up about what it was really like to rebuild herself after their divorce, a journey that took her through heartache, self-discovery, and ultimately, a new life. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at how Nicole Kidman found herself after Tom Cruise, the challenges she faced, and the strength she found within. This is a story of resilience, courage, and how one woman reclaimed her identity from the shadows of a high-profile divorce. The early days, the birth of an iconic couple. Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise met in 1989 on the set of Days of Thunder. Kidman was a young Australian actress just beginning to make her way in Hollywood, while Cruise was already one of the biggest stars on the planet. Their chemistry was electric, both on and off the screen. They quickly became Hollywood's golden couple, and in 1990, they tied the knot. Their marriage wasn't just about the two of them. It also became an integral part of their public image. They were often seen as a united front, attending premieres, award shows, and family events together. And in a way, they were as famous for being a couple as they were for their acting. However, there was a lot more happening behind the scenes than anyone knew. As they grew together, they also grew apart, and the very public facade they maintained was a stark contrast to the struggles they faced privately. Nicole Kidman has since spoken about how much pressure she felt during those years, living under the intense scrutiny of the public eye while trying to find her own identity. Divorce, a shocking end. In 2001, after 11 years of marriage, Cruise and Kidman's fairy tale romance came to an abrupt end. Tom filed for divorce, and for many people, it seemed to come out of nowhere. Kidman later revealed that the split was heartbreaking for her, as she had deeply loved Tom and never imagined her life without him. At the time, Nicole found herself in a deeply vulnerable place. She was left to pick up the pieces of her life, not just emotionally, but also as a mother to their two adopted children, Isabella and Connor. Although they had adopted these children together and shared parental responsibilities, the divorce complicated the family dynamics, especially with both Cruise and Kidman's involvement in Scientology. The aftermath was painful for Kidman, both emotionally and professionally. She had to grapple with the heartbreak of losing her marriage, as well as the reality that she would have less involvement in the lives of her children, who, over time, became more closely aligned with Cruise and his faith. Nicole's reflections. The pain of losing her family. Nicole has since opened up about how painful it was to separate from her family, particularly her children. For years, Kidman stayed silent, rarely speaking publicly about her relationship with Isabella and Connor. But more recently, she has shared that she still loves them unconditionally, even though they chose a different path by remaining within the Church of Scientology, which Kidman has largely distanced herself from. In interviews, Kidman has expressed that despite their distance, she respects her children's choices and doesn't want to push them away further. The complex relationship she has with her children reflects the painful impact the divorce had on her family life, a consequence of one of the most challenging periods of her life. Finding love again. Keith Urban enters the picture. Just when it seemed that Nicole had found a solid foundation in her life, love found its way back to her. In 2005, Kidman met country singer Keith Urban, and the connection between them was immediate. After a whirlwind romance, they married in 2006, marking a new chapter in Nicole's life, a chapter that would bring her happiness and stability she hadn't experienced in years. Unlike her marriage with Cruise, her relationship with Urban was less about Hollywood and more about family. Together, they have two daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret. Their marriage, while not without its struggles, has been marked by a deep love and commitment to one another. Urban has been open about his struggles with addiction, and Nicole has stood by his side through thick and thin. The couple has often spoken about how their relationship has been built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared love for their family. For Kidman, this marriage represents a fresh start. It's a relationship that she describes as supportive and nurturing, qualities that she values deeply after the turmoil of her first marriage. Her life with Keith has allowed her to create a family on her own terms, a family that she feels deeply connected to. Embracing faith and family values. Kidman's journey after her split from Cruise was not only a journey of rediscovery, but also a return to her roots. Growing up in Australia, she was raised in a Catholic family, and her faith has always been an important part of her life. After her divorce, Kidman found solace in reconnecting with her faith, which has guided her through some of the darkest moments of her life. In interviews, Nicole has shared that her Catholic faith is a guiding force in her life. She and Urban have raised their daughters with a focus on strong family values, and Kidman has been open about the importance of instilling a sense of faith and respect in their lives. Unlike her previous marriage, where Scientology was a major part of their life, her faith in Urban feels more authentic to who she truly is. Reflecting on her past with grace. Looking back on her marriage to Tom Cruise, Kidman has always spoken with grace and respect. Despite the painful end, she has never spoken ill of Cruise. Instead, she has often expressed gratitude for the years they spent together, acknowledging that it was a period of her life that shaped her. In recent years, Kidman has reflected on that time as a lesson in resilience. She learned to cope with loss, to find strength within herself, and to move forward with dignity. This ability to look back without bitterness is a testament to her character and speaks to her journey of healing. Life today, a woman at peace. Today, Nicole Kidman is a woman who has found peace. She's a dedicated wife and mother, a successful actress, and a person who has come full circle. She's created a life that feels authentic to her, one where she has the freedom to pursue her passions while also nurturing her family. Nicole has often said that she doesn't regret her past because it's made her who she is today. Her journey after Tom Cruise was painful and filled with challenges, but it led her to a place where she could truly be herself. Through her resilience, Kidman has shown that it's possible to move on after heartbreak, to rebuild, and to find joy in a new chapter. Her story is a reminder that sometimes the hardest moments in life can lead us to the greatest discoveries about ourselves. For Nicole Kidman, life after Tom Cruise wasn't just about moving on. It was about finding her true self.